consider myself a Volvo nerd. Grown up from a Volvo family, my parents have had them for coming on 40 years, and basically learned how to drive on a Volvo 740 Turbo. Basically had Volvos all my life. My daily driver is a Volvo S60 2.5T, and this is my fun pleasure car. I'm Neville Britto. I'm from Scarborough, Ontario, and this is my 1968 Volvo 122S. The car was sold brand new in Amherst, Massachusetts, and it was built at 3 o'clock on April 23rd, 1968. Basically, I looked and looked, and I specifically wanted a 122, and I wanted a 122 automatic. Yes, I took a lot of flack from the guys in the Volvo Club and the online forums, but honestly, this particular year is probably the best you can get, and it's been a blast. The automatic transmission at the time was a rare kind of accessory add-on. In today's dollars, it would have been about a $1,300 option. So not too many came with them, and the sad thing is a lot of them had just rusted out, or they were swapped to manuals by owners who wanted more power for various reasons. I live in Toronto, so I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted a 122 automatic. I knew I wanted a coupe, and the journey to get there was not an easy one. I had put out a couple feelers through guys that basically only deal with 122s and such, and I got a lead on a car in Houston. And the gentleman who had the car was thinking about selling it, changed his mind, and kind of hemmed and hawed. I flew down, I sent him an email and said, are you still interested in selling the car? And he said, yeah, come on down. So again, grabbed a ticket, flew down to Houston. There were some amazing people, and the Volvo clubs down in the States actually helped a lot. And sure enough, no good deed goes unpunished. The week the car was supposed to come up from Houston, Hurricane Harvey hit. Had the car stayed where it was, it would have been under 8 feet of water. So thankfully I had a friend in Houston who took it and kept it in his garage. George McDonald, again, huge thank you to you. You saved the car. This car is a bit of a unicorn. It is a 1-year only car. It was the only year where the automatic option was available on the faster B18B motor. And for the 1968 model year only, they equipped the B18B, which was about 115 horsepower at the time, with an automatic. It was the only year that combination was available. This particular car would have cost brand new. It would have been in the $2,300 to $2,800 range. With the automatic transmission at the time, in today's dollars, it would have been about a $1,300 option. It wasn't terribly popular because of cost, so this is quite a unicorn of a car with that high performance motor and automatic transmission option. It also has some unique features. It's got a collapsible steering column, Recaro recliner seats. It's got a center console, which was a very rare Volvo accessory. I think the 122 series did more for vehicle safety as a whole than just about any vehicle in history. It was the first car that had standard 3-point seatbelts. It was the first car that had padded dash and a number of different other features. The biggest project on the car, I think, and the most fun, has actually been finding the rare accessories for it. I spent basically 3 years trying to find every factory original accessory that the car came with. The stickers have been replicated to exact specifications as the originals. This car also has a couple interesting add-ons. It's got the rally exhaust system. It's got a 2-inch system. The system was available through Volvo, through a division called the Competition Service, which basically rally prepped race cars and such. A lot of time has been spent just getting all the details right. The car also has the Hella spotlights. That was quite a challenge. It's got original Hella 160 spotlights, which was also a Volvo accessory at the time. And overall, it came together quite nicely. This car actually has a Bluetooth radio in it. but it looks identical to the original one. So I spent about 3 years getting the car to exactly the way I wanted it. She's been lowered about an inch. She has air conditioning now, thank God. The summer of 2020 was a deciding factor. It was extremely hot this summer, and even before I had the car, believe it or not, I had spent time collecting all the brackets and such because I knew how rare they were. It's got a Bluetooth tunable distributor. That's the only non-original aspect of the car. But it's totally transformed the way she takes off at lights and stuff. She pulls really hard. So I've been very pleased with the performance of the car. This particular vehicle was built in Sweden at Volvo's Torslanda plant on April 23rd, 1968 at approximately 3 o'clock. When I bought the car, I actually reached out to Volvo Heritage in Sweden and basically asked them for the full lowdown of the car. So they sent me the entire build sheet. They sent me every option that the car had at the time. I'm a huge history buff, so if you look at the world events that were taking place when the car was built, the Vietnam War was in full swing. The car was actually built during the Tet Offensive in April of '68. If you look at it from a Canadian perspective, it was actually at a time when Pierre Trudeau was campaigning, and it was at the height of Trudeau mania. I think the 122 is an interesting aspect from a Canadian perspective too. A lot of people don't know this, but actually the Volvo 122 was the first foreign assembled car in North America after World War II. Volvo opened a plant in Halifax, originally Dartmouth, in June of 1963, and the plant lasted in various iterations and locations until December 1998. I've had the car for about 3 years now, and it's been a total blast to drive, and it's been a lot of fun. Some ups and downs here and there, but thankfully there's a fantastic Volvo club in the greater Toronto area, I would say, and Southern Ontario. It's the Canadian Volvo Club. And there are also resources, and there are a lot of enthusiasts out there, believe it or not, for classic Volvos, which have really helped, and it's just been a dream to drive. So people often ask me what the automatic is like, and again, a lot of the people that have opinions have never actually driven an automatic 122, but actually with the high compression motor, the 115 horsepower motor, it actually handles and drives very well. It's actually a rather quick car. Again, I know that's tough talk for an automatic owner, but no, it handles really well. It drives quite nicely. It's smooth, it shifts well. I was very lucky to find the enthusiasts in the greater Toronto area, and huge shout out to my mechanic Johnny Bullen, who's done an amazing job with this car. Stephen Knowles, Tom Yazzer have also helped out quite a lot with this car. If someone wants to get started in classic Volvos, I would highly recommend they reach out to enthusiasts. We're more than happy to help. The Canadian Volvo Club is a huge resource. There's GTA Volvos, there's classic Volvos, the GTA in Southern Ontario. There's Revolvolution in Pickering. Feel free to reach out to us if you are interested in a Volvo or just need technical help sometimes. I would say the car is pretty much done. I've gotten it to exactly the way I wanted it, got all the accessories that I wanted on it right now. In terms of additional add-ons, yeah, she's pretty much done. I've gotten her to exactly the way I want her now. If I had to do it again, would I get an automatic? Absolutely. It's been a blast. Again, every detail has been carefully considered and to get her where she is now.